one of the biggest risks is unethical people, which we've dealt with. It's crazy, right? We've hired some people where they were defrauding us or doing, in some instances, illegal things. And it was like, oh my God, there's a fox in the hen house and we needed to make an immediate change. But over time, we've gotten a lot better at just verifying people and running a process when we hire a key person where we validate their background and everything that they say they've done. I would say we work with very high quality people now. And then the other thing is incentive misalignment. And I think that's the most pernicious, where the wrong incentives can cause good people to do bad things or at least work against you. And we've seen all sorts of different things happen there, where everything from having an annual budget that we are holding people to, and their comp is tied to that. And then they have this incentive to always be hyper conservative and say that we're not going to grow, and it actually creates a negativity where they want to be as negative as possible to us so that we'll agree to a low budget so they can blow it. And then they say, oh, it surprised us. We blew the doors off and now we get triple our bonuses or whatever. That's one example where you can have someone almost working against you as a result. And again, these are lessons we've learned and corrected. And then there's stuff like people get used to making a certain amount of money. And then if you have a bad year, they don't want to suffer with you, right? When you go to them and you say, hey, we had a horrible year, and I know last year you made 400 grand, but this year you're going to make 200. And they're going, well, geez, I put my kids in private school and I bought a new car. And I think people struggle with that a little bit. So some of these things can be really challenging to navigate, but at the end of the day, it's incredibly valuable. I think all this stuff is mitigated by the level of leverage you can get and how much you can achieve by using other people.
One of the things that Naval has said is the risk is much lower than like our genes tell us it is. Our perception, our fear, like just floods our brain with fight or flight for some of these decisions that are really not life or death at all. The worst case scenario, embezzlement is zero fun, but it is not life or death.
No, and I know people where they've learned the wrong lesson, so they've delegated something and it's gone bad, and maybe they've had a traumatic experience or really hired a horrible person or whatever it is. But Munger talks about how the most important thing in life is just picking yourself back up and moving along. And I think certain people will burn the hand on the stove and then they'll say, I'm never cooking again. Right? Yeah. And that's not the right lesson. The lesson is, hey, maybe use a glove next time or be a little more careful. Don't stop cooking. That's what's happened to us. We've gotten burned and we've got some scars, but we've learned a lot from those things.